Hey Facebook, so today I'm going to go through one of the biggest mistakes people make when they start their fat loss journey. And this mistake is simply focusing on the weight. Now, weight is a good indicator, especially obviously if you're trying to lose fat. Even though you potentially are building muscle tissue, you will lose fat dramatically faster than you will be increasing muscle tissue. So the weight you'll drop will be faster than potential increase in weight due to increase in muscle. Having said that, actually just focusing on the weight will eventually put people in a very difficult position where potentially they are going to start sabotaging themselves. Let me explain. People start losing fat. If they do this right, the number keeps the weight keeps going down, and eventually they get to their ideal body composition and their ideal weight. At this point, the number they've been focusing on and the number they've been getting excited about has now stopped moving. So this does affect people's motivation, and what happens is they then sabotage themselves and bring it. It sounds crazy, but I've seen this happen loads of times. They then sabotage themselves, and then bring gain a little bit of body fat. Not like purposely to go, oh, I need to get that number back up so I can drop it down. They lose motivation, and then they start eating more, and then they get themselves where they've increased a bit of body fat, and then they focus on that number again. And then they drop it down, they get excited, and then they get back into the same position, and then they do this kind of sabotage thing, and they do this kind of yo-yo dieting, and it's just not ideal. It means they don't keep the body they want long term. So a better thing to focus on is performance in the gym. The amount of weight you're lifting, the amount of reps and sets you're doing, the frequency of your training, all this kind of stuff, how fast you're running, how long you're running for. It's a lot more motivating thing to focus on, and that number will continue to increase once you get to your ideal body composition. So you don't then end up kind of self-sabotaging once you get to that ideal body composition. So yes, focus. You can measure the weight. I track my clients' weight as well as obviously all the measurements. But the biggest thing you want to focus on is performance in the gym, because that is something you can continue to focus on, you can continue to improve on, and once you get to your ideal physique, there's still improvements to be made in your squats, your deadlifts, your Olympic lifting, all this cool, exciting things that you can continue to push on, rather than getting to a position and going, what do I do now? Oh, maybe I'll go have a KFC with my friends, have a couple of drinks, and then end up slowly kind of sabotaging, rather than focusing on the bigger picture, which is improving yourself, improving your health, improving your performance, and just all around feeling awesome all the time. That's it.